Danielsan, what's going on there, Brady?
But I've also got 766 coming out of Sacramento, just hammering it right now. So, but I did hear you in there, small. So I'll get out of the way while you about your I don't know who you're talking to. So while you help them, I'll stand by.
All right, sounds good. Well, I think I lost 27 grizzly bear. I was talking to him, and then his conditions faded out to nothing. Then I heard him talking to 766. Then he came back to me once, but said something about Mother Nature fading away. So I lost 27 grizzly bear, and just as I lost 27 grizzly bear, you came up in there and said, "There he is." So now I got you, but you said you're also here in 766. So we'll have to see what Mother Nature does. She'll be dipping and dabbing for a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's moving around right now, around northern Cal, the central Cal, going back and forth. Right, during your last transmission, 766 went above you and then went below you. And I'm sure that was all conditioned.
Yeah, I can hear him in backscatter now. I can hear him in backscatter, so I'm sure he's up in there pretty good, and I know we're dipping and dabbing and flipping and flopping and buck weaving and shucking and jiving there, ain't no doubt about that. Hey, Danielsan, I hope the audio does sound okay. I made a little change, not a real significant change, but I did make a little bit of a change in the audio. It should still sound pretty good and full and rich there, Break. Hello to you, Danielsan, Motormouth Mall, right here, right now, I got down.
All right, well, I got a little playback for you, but the conditions aren't all that great right now, so I hope you do good.
A little bit of a change in the audio. Still sound pretty good and full and rich there, Break. Hello to you, Danielsan, Motormouth Mall.
No, that's what I heard.
All right, sounds like it's a little bit of a weak, or I should say not weak, but marginal copy. I guess it's weak. Anyway, okay, good deal. I guess we'll have to wait for Mother Nature to get a bit straighter. You get a better copy on me. I could hear some noise up in there with my signal, so I'm not anywhere near strong enough to probably expect any real incredible results. But all things considered, it seemed like it sounded pretty good. So yeah, I just changed the audio around just a little bit, kind of toned it down and beefed it up at the same time. Hopefully does okay out there on your neck of the woods. We'll wait for Mother Nature to get in there a little bit stronger, a little bit straighter. Hello, and I'm going a little wider now, Danielsan. I was going at 5 kilohertz. I'm going 6 kilohertz wide now, so my audio's a tad bit wider. You'll hear a little bit more bandwidth now than yesterday. Oh, Danielsan, Motormouth Mall, stepping right there right now. Break.
Motormouth Mall, 303 in the mesquite tree down here in the Lone Star, Breaker.
Now, 303 in the mesquite tree out there in the Lone Star State. What's going on there, Break?
It's hot, and hot. You want me to tell you how hot it is?
Well, can you fry an egg on the sidewalk there, Break?
No, I got one better than that. It's so hot out here that the fire hydrants are chasing dogs.
Now, I never heard that before. You say it's so hot out there, the fire hydrants are chasing dogs, they're Brig.
That's right. And you'll only hear that from 303 down here in the mesquite tree in Odessa, Texas, come out.
10.303. You know, I was talking yesterday to a gentleman who was out there. I guess he said he was 200 miles away from Odessa, Texas. And when I first heard him out there, he said there wasn't anybody within 300 miles of him. And I'm thinking, okay, well, where are you? And he goes, well, he told me I'm by some river in the border and this and that and whatever else. And I said, well, how far are you away from Odessa, Texas? And he said, well, I'm about 200 miles away from Odessa, Texas. Well, I said, well, there goes your 300-mile theory right there, because there's some big stations and some high-fidelity audio stations to boot in Odessa, Texas. So anyway, he goes by the handle of Ditch Digger, but he said he's got some more in store, so he's going to come up in here with a big radio before long to break. I don't know if you know who he is.
Oh, Ditch Digger? Yeah, I think he's in San Angelo. I think that's where he's at, but I'm not for sure. Break. Aquí le está tirando tanta radio.
St. Angelo, okay. Yeah, I didn't catch him. I didn't catch him when he said, I don't even think he said where he was, and he said he was going to put up a circular polarization type or a helical antenna. Oops, I told him I wasn't going to talk about that. Anyway, he's going to put up some big, heavy artillery there, Break.
Well, I don't know if he's going to do that or not, but I do know that 155 is down there in San Angelo. And he's got somewhere in the neighborhood of about 50K.
Well, 155 puts a big hammer out here, you know, so he's a big station. So I'm not so sure if Ditch Digger knows exactly who his competition is. I think he may not know exactly who his competition is, Break.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, right now I don't hear anybody but you when you key up, so let me tell you this much. When you key up, and I'm pointing toward right at you over there in California, I'm pointing right at you, and when I did that, you came up to 40 gold bars on my radio.
That's a lot of gold bars. Man, that's a big hammer. Well, I guess I got this big old 96-foot long antenna pointed down your neck of the woods, too, so I guess that does help. And, yeah, I know I got to watch out. I ain't going to let my head get big because I know what's going to happen. See, I know darn well right now that 766 is out there talking to Tucson, Arizona. And it ain't going to be long before his Mother Nature comes rocking and rolling around your neck of the woods. So I ain't going to say a doggone thing because I know what's going to happen as soon as I do their Break.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I'm gonna put a gold-plated Cadillac in your driveway right now, right here, because when you key up, I don't hear 766 nowhere.
Well, I don't want to talk about it because you know what's going to happen. It's either going to be a bogus 5 or it's going to be the end of my temporary existence or reign out here right now. So see, I know darn well what's going to happen. As soon as I start thinking that I might have all of that in a bag of chips working over it, the bag of chips is going to get a hole in it to break. So but I appreciate the Cadillac. Ain't no doubt about that, Break.
Shut up! Motormouth Mall, you got it rocking, buddy. Every time you key down over here, you just got it rocking. I don't care what frequency you're on, you just got it rocking. But I did have to do some change up on my RF signals and on my antenna, all that kind of stuff. I got a little bit more RF going out the antenna. But I did do some modifications on my 5-element. I made everything on there is insulated from the mast and the boom. So I've got a little bit. And by the way, I'm going to tell you this. You're in the bed, so that should tell you something there. Come on.
Yeah, 10-4. Well, I didn't know you were going to make some changes to the antenna, and you went with the isolated elements, huh? No more grounded elements? So what was the reason for doing isolated elements there, Break?
Well, it doesn't attract a lightning like it used to, and I get a broader band on the front end and a tighter back door, and I'll get a whole lot more receive and a wide spectrum on the front end there. Come on, Brett.
10-4, increased bandwidth and less susceptibility to lightning. Well, that's a good thing. Sounds like you did the right stuff. That's for sure. Very good. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some changes eventually on this antenna. This one here is the 96-footer, 8 elements. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put 4 more elements on it and make it 10 feet longer. Yeah, so I can pick up some bandwidth, because right now it's so sharply tuned. It's only tuned for this frequency, and I can't get it off of channel 6. I can go up to like 7 or 8 or down to like 4. You know, I can get down or up a little bit, but ain't nobody out there to talk to on those channels, you know. And so it's pretty much cut to channel 6. But when I put those extra elements on there and stretch it out a little bit more, I'll pick up all the way from it'll be flat. I mean flat. 1.2 to 1 SWR on either end of the spectrum with very little reactance change, and it'll be from 26,800 to 27,295. So it'll include 28 and 6, and everywhere in between, and a little bit below down to 26,915. So it's going to be a really good antenna when I get it all done. Right now it's a specific antenna, but it's going to get better when I get it. But I haven't quite got to that yet. I got the numbers, I got the positions, I got the element lengths, I got everything all figured out. I just got to do the work, and I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah, Roger, 4 on that there motor mouth ball. Well, I'll tell you what there, go ahead and when you get that thing down and start doing your modifications to it there, go ahead and get you insulated. They got that engineering, it's called a hairpin, and but you insulate all the green elements, all the other elements. And man, I'm gonna tell you what, what a difference that made right there.
Well, sure, very cool, yeah. Yep, well, I'm familiar with the hairpin match. I build my own, but I'm familiar with the hairpin match and all that. But my element lengths will all have to change if I space them from the boom, because once you isolate the element from the boom, its electrical length changes, and you've got to recalculate the lengths, and I don't want to do all that. So I'm going to leave them connected to the boom. I don't get any real lightning or anything to speak of out here. I've never had the antenna hit by lightning, and it's been up for a long time, and I never take it down. It's up at 75 feet up. I don't ever bring it down for storms or wind or anything like that. I just leave it up. But there's nearly 1,000 feet of filistrand holding it together, so it can't bend up, down, sideways, left, right, up, anywhere. It cannot move. If you grab the end of that antenna from the back and you shake it, the front does exactly the opposite right now. I mean, it is incredible. So I just leave it up, but I am gonna modify it. I gotta get those 4 elements added to it, stretch it out 10 more feet, and then it'll be a real good antenna. And not that it's got a problem now, it's working just fine as it is, but I've got literally zero reflected power on channel 6. As soon as I go to channel 5, I see about 25 watts, 20 watts. As soon as I go to channel 7 or 8, I see more than that. If I go to 11, I see about 150 watts of reflected power. So it's very, very narrow, high Q. And so I just leave it like it is, and this way it clips right along on channel 6 there. But I am going to modify it, and it will get better. And I'll pick up, right now the gain is what it is, and I'll pick up 0.3 of a dB by making it a little bit longer and redoing the elements. 0.3 of a dB. So that's pretty, it's not a lot, but it's something to break. All right, there, 303 around Odessa, Texas. Take care, my friend. Have a good day. Good talking to you out there in the world of sound. Always a pleasure with a double measure. 303 around Odessa, Texas. Motor Mouth Mall, your West Coast beast waving, and I do see Mother Nature fading out, so I'm going to get back on the side and read the mail for a Scotia bit. Take care, my friend. 7-3s, Motor Mouth Mall. Got down right there, breaker, breaker. And I guess that was it.